I don't think the future has been brighter for 80s, 90s tuned German cars like BMWs and Mercedes. You've probably heard of AC Schnitzer, you've probably heard of Alpina, but have you heard of Hartge? Maybe not. Well, the car in this garage is an 80s BMW 5 Series Hartge. And I have never seen one. In fact, apparently they sold about that many in the UK. So I've come to Burton-on-Trent to meet a guy called Matt, and we're going to be digging this car out with a good friend of mine. I've got the Barnfind fleece on because this is, of course, a Barnfind episode of The Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith. So Matt, when you contacted us, I have to admit, I didn't know about this car. I was not familiar with this car.
Yep.
So that was one thing that really piqued my interest. I thought, bloody hell, I know about M5s, I know about Alpinas, etc., but this is rarer than all of those.
Yes, very rare car.
And the other thing I want to say before we open the garage door, this is not a strict barn finding so much. It hasn't been sat for 40 years. It's not buried. It actually seems to be in very good condition, but it's so rare, and I think it's a fascinating car. So let's carry on the chat after we've had a look, actually. So Matt, the car's sitting here all dusty at the end of your garage. You've got other cars and bikes.
Yeah.
So clearly you've got a bit of a thing for machinery. I've seen on the drive there, you've got this modified Astra van on board wheels, which looks really good. A Mini R53.
Cooper S, yeah.
Yeah. And before we started filming, you said you've owned that 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times, yeah.
So obviously motorcycles plays a big part. Tinkering with your tools and stuff plays a big part. How did this car come about?
I actually went to buy an E28 TWR Alpina off a guy called Simon Alabaster in Salisbury. On the way down there, I'd forgot my mobile phone. He's trying to ring me to say that he'd sold the E28.
Yeah.
When I turned up, he's apologetic, said that he'd sold it. I went a little bit mad at him, but he did say he'd had another rare car. So I looked at it and I thought, never heard of it. I'm down here to buy a car, so yeah.
So you went to buy what would have been also a really rare car, E28 Alpina TWR edition. Yep. You had no idea what this was.
Never even heard of them.
And you turned up and you ended up buying it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cheaper than what the TWR was as well.
Wow. So have you owned BMWs before?
Yeah, BMW nut through and through. Okay,
so prior to this, give me a quick, what BMWs have you had?
First BM was an E28, 525E, E30s, E34s, E36s, E46s, F20s, X5s, X6s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So a lot?
Yeah, a lot of BMWs, E21.
E21.
But my ultimate is the 3-litre CSL.
Right.
Or a 2002 turbo.
So those are your kind of...
Yeah, they're my peak goals.
Yeah. So you weren't expecting to buy this. You didn't know what Hartge was. We've all noticed the number plate, which is just perfect. Was that on the car when you got it?
No. That I actually phoned up DVLA to see whether they'd actually released a plate similar that spelt Hartge. They said no. I said, well, if a plate ever comes up, and I gave them digits, because that was the nearest digits I could get to Hartge.
Yeah.
If it ever comes up, we'll contact you. So I gave them my number, my email, and I gave them my personal address, and they wrote to me 10 years later.
10 years later?
10 years later for the number plate. And as soon as it came, I told them, yeah, straight away I'll have it. Do not sell it. Sent them the money electronically, and yeah.
That's amazing. So you've got all the paperwork for this car, haven't you?
Yeah, to confirm it's a genuine Hartge. Because a lot of people, they see a Hartge and say it's a replica.
Yeah.
Because they're a very rare company.
So the idea was that you bought a car like the 5 Series, and then you had it converted by them.
Yeah, they did it from new, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could either have the full package, the engine, or styling. This hasn't got the styling, it's got the badges, but the main thing is the engine.
Yeah.
Is the Hartge engine.
And this is based on a 535.
Yeah, 535 Sport.
Yeah, yeah, which is awesome. It is one of my favourite BMWs actually. Because I knew we weren't going to do any heavy digging out of the car, we wanted to dig deep into the backstory of the car. And I'm going to introduce you to my friend Walter, who is an 80s, 90s German car nutcase and a right character. Walter, I can't remember when we met, but there's frequently been exchanges of...
Yeah, but see, I met you before you met me, and that was in that petrol station in Belgium, so we weren't kind of like mates, but I thought I knew you because of TV and whatever. But then I don't know how after that, to be fair. I know we did that, you did that S600 Honda and whatever.
Yeah, you did, you painted my S600.
Yeah, it's just the car is the denominator, isn't it? So, yeah.
But I know your background, loads of German cars
Yes.
from this sort of era and
God,
back.
yes. So when you messaged me and said something about a Hartge 5 Series, I couldn't not travel all the way up here.
You said, I'll be there.
And then it turns out it's probably the top 5 rarest cars in the UK right now, BMW wise.
Really?
Looking around it, I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, thanks for inviting me, mate. Appreciate it.
I mean, you've got AC Schnitzers, you've had all manner of Alpina type cars.
It's goosebumpy just looking at it. There's bits and pieces that I haven't seen ever in like 30 years. Even in Germany, I know guys in Germany that have this kind of thing. I've not seen a badge in a steering wheel in the UK, man.
Yeah. The reason why you've kept this car and not the others is because of your dad, or...?
Yeah, because of my dad. We bought it and we was going to try and work on it together because me and my dad didn't get on. So we was going to work on this and build our relationship and try and get back on track. But yeah, sadly he passed away. Right. So I've had to work on it myself and get it up to how it is today.
So you've had it about 18 years.
18 years.
And in that time you've done a few bits here and there.
Yeah.
And you actually said you cut the back out the garage to make this bit.
Yeah, took up more. Well.
So this is your back patio.
This is a bit of my backyard.
I see. Yeah.
So when you got more motorbikes, you thought, I'm not putting this outside.
No.
So this goes into this little shrine.
Yeah.
With your rally burner. I've noticed your rally burner on the wall.
Yeah, I like my rally burners.
That's nice. It's super tough.
Yeah.
And when you bought it, what was the condition of it? I mean, like, because it looks, I mean, I know it's dirty, but it looks fundamentally really good.
The wings at the bottom were rotted.
Yeah.
And it was starting to go on the front sills, as the drain pipes,
Yes.
sunroof at the A posts.
Yeah.
But other than that, it wasn't that bad. It just needed the TLC.
Yeah. And you think that this is one of 5 in
According to Kevin Bird's, one of 5.
And Birds, I've seen the sticker in the window here.
They did 2 white ones.
Yeah.
This one, the other white one got scrapped over in Leicester. A red one, a black one, and a metallic blue one.
Wow.
And I believe the black one is being restored down in South Wales.
Wow. Okay, so not many at all. And
But I've never seen another one in the flesh.
And when was the last time you saw one, Walter?
About 22 years ago, maybe.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard about them. I've heard a little bit about the black one. I think the black one's actually finished its restoration, but I didn't think it was a genuine car because there was a lot of badge engineering going on back in the day where you just buy the badge and stick it on and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it transpires that's a genuine car. This is a genuine car. There's a silver car that I know of, but that's it. But I've not seen any of them physically in front of me, so it's hard, to see this physically in front of me. You could use this as the reference car to the other cars, like with the badge work and what have you, and the decals that are £1 million to buy. Yeah. So it's
You said you've got a spare set of new old stock decals
in a tube somewhere lying around.
There's with
round
your
tube, yeah.
Dude, are they new old stock?
Yeah, new old stock.
How much were they?
1,200 quid. These ones on it, I paid £800, and then I seen the other spare set, and I thought, even though they're more money, I've got to have them.
Yeah.
In case I ever went out and I scratched them.
Right. So has it ever been painted, or has it had partial?
Yeah, it's had a bit of paint work.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an 89 car, isn't it?
Yeah, 1989, April 1989.
And it was converted when you buy Birds?
Yeah, Kevin Birds, yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually spoke to Kevin, he personally knows the car.
Does it?
When I bought it, and I thought, right, I need to do some research on what Hartge is. Phoned up Kevin Birds because it's one of my cars.
So when people see this name, they pronounce it one of three ways, you were saying, isn't it?
I like the London gangster Hartge pronunciation, right? Because that's me, London. That's, you know, and Pal's like, yeah, I've got Hartge or whatever. No, you haven't. You've just got a badge on a BMW.
Hartge.
So Hartge was, you know, we had this little bit of a to and fro. So yeah, you were right, Johnny. It's a Hartge or Hartge.
Hartge, or Hartge.
Or Hartge. I like Hartge.
Hartge.
But look, the original Bird sticker in the back window, you know, Birds were the industry standard back then. You know, they were converting E30 M3s from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, you know. So they're the guys. I'm gutted I could never have the car because it's never going to be for sale. So
no. Is it not? Is it not?
I don't know how I could bring myself to sell it.
Yeah, I couldn't either, mate.
Well, it deserves a really good clean go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're confident that it starts.
Yep.
So I have brought my tools, but and then once we get it out and we start having a clean, we can look at all the individual Hartge components, because I know that you're itching.
I'm so itching, man.
Have you seen the phone?
Yes.
The phone corded. You said it still works.
Yeah, put a full-size SIM in it, it'll still work on Vodafone.
It's brilliant. Let's see if it... Oh, it does. It's nice. It's nice. You didn't leave the handbrake on then. Oh, yeah, okay. So we've popped the bonnet and we've mounted a little camera in here because I wanted to see Walter's response for a start. Because, I mean, the Hartge strut brace is a bloody work of art. It's amazing. It's gorgeous. So based on a 535 I Sport, do you know what Hartge actually did?
They're quite secretive to what they did. I know they did cam work, head work, lightweight pistons, port-in polished valves and lifters. But everything else they did, they're very secretive.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to have a look last night.
Wow. I know. I mean, do you know what power this puts out?
Hartge paper, it was 240 to 245. I've never put it on a rolling road. I don't.
Yeah. Do you know what, Matt? It looks clean. I noticed it. It looks good, doesn't it?
I can't believe that rocker cover.
He's just in like a daze.
Like this, I've not seen for a long time, but that I've never seen before. And look at the tint. Look at the colour of that.
Yeah,
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Condition of this car is good. So when you bought this car, it was running and driving.
Yep.
You drove it home?
Yep.
And your dad moaned about it because he didn't like German cars, is that right?
Hated German cars.
And what did he nickname this?
Concorde.
The Concorde.
Yeah, the way it sounded.
Yeah. Has it had an engine rebuild? Has it had...
Driving it back the night I bought it, I noticed the temperature was going up. Had it pressure tested and the head had gone.
Right.
I spoke to Kevin Birds. He didn't have the time to work on it, but he recommended a guy called Jeff Steele Racing in Lincolnshire who totally rebuilt the engine to how Hartge would build it.
Oh, really?
He was constantly on the phone to Kevin Birds asking, right, what parts do we need?
And that was the year that you bought it, or
the following year.
Oh, was it?
I had it sent away, yeah. In that time, I've had it in 18 years. That engine has only done 6,000 miles.
Oh my gosh! Right. So it's still really young.
Yeah.
And how many miles has the whole car done?
161, I believe.
So it did a lot of miles early on in its life.
Yeah, it got used.
Doesn't look like 100.
No, not at all. No, it looks sweet.
You want to hear it, don't you?
I want to buy it, but I can't.
But your little gem is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it's just on there.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Come and have a look.
That.
You come and have a look, Walter. There's the plaque.
Oh, God, man.
I hadn't, it's so subtle.
That is absolutely...
What does it say?
That's sensational. So we've got a chassis number there.
So they put that car's chassis number on there,
Yeah,
then they have their own
yeah.
little conversion number, I presume.
Then later on in life, I believe, Hartge got granted the same permission as Alpina as a manufacturer.
Yeah.
And then they used to just cross out the original
Yeah, that's
VIN
right. Yes, yeah.
and use their own VIN because they got granted manufacturer's rights.
That's right, yeah.
I suppose if they were converting new cars, it was permitted.
But a lot of cars never got that right till later on in life, and sadly Hartge now are no longer.
They're only recently...
2019.
Right, and they start in the 70s, right?
1971.
Yeah. Wow. So I think we should start it up, don't you? I've got some fresh E5 in the car, in the can of hope. Although I don't think we're going to need Tony BMW's can of hope because you're pretty confident that it'll fire and run.
Yep.
So we just need to put some fresh in it and maybe a starter pack.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Right, if you want to do the honours, Matt, and reach in and see if that battery's got the power.
Yeah, baby!
You said it would. You said absolutely it will work.
Yep.
How nice is that?
Just purring.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's idling really nice.
That's so nice. It's just so...
Yeah.
It's that six, the smoothness of a six. You've got to take it out, go for a drive with it. Like I said before, this is not a strict Barnfind really, but it's a car... when was the last time you actually went out and drove this? Like
Properly?
Proper drive? 10 years?
I'd say about 10 years.
Wow. 2024,
This car's going out.
you need to use it. It deserves to be used, doesn't it?
That's beautiful.
I reckon we let it warm up a bit, and I reckon then we edge it out of the garage and we'll clean it before we lose the sun. While we're letting it warm up, it sounds absolutely gorgeous. You said, oh, on the shelf there I've got this.
Yeah, the original Hartge tailpipe.
So the original, which would have been what, just like welded onto the original. So it's just a finisher.
Yeah.
So this is something that shouldn't be on there.
Yeah, that shouldn't be on there. That should be gone, chopped off. That should be.
So you're going to try and get that.
I'm going to try and get that refabbed.
Yeah.
And then cleaned up, polished, and then it'll sit
down in there. Won't
Yeah,
it?
and you'll just see the Hartge logo roughly about there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I took this off because you said about the different ECU
Yes.
being Hartge, and you're absolutely, not that I didn't believe you, I was just curious. And there's a little sticker which we'll try and show on camera. There's a little flaky sticker on the side of that ECU which has Hartge on it.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
And there's some handwritten numbers.
Yep.
So, and I have to say the condition is really unmolested. It's like, it's not been dicked about with this car, has it?
No.
Not from what I can see. It's really nice. So yeah, that will be a different ECU as you thought.
Yeah.
You were saying you thought that it might be stamped if we were to take this out.
It's also stamped as well, yeah.
It's great. So what, I mean, there's little trinkets everywhere here. Hartge trinkets.
Hartge.
Hartge.
So look, Matt, I'm never going to have a chance to speak to any owner of another one of these again, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions, right? We've got the Hartge centre badge here.
Yep.
We've got red needles.
Yep.
So that's factory. That's Hartge.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see the remains of the badge, the badges on the transfers on the dials?
You've got the pedals down here and the footrest. Again, original.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great. So great.
And interior leather.
Yeah, it was originally cloth. I got the leather with it given, and at the time I thought leather in thing, so I put the leather in and took the cloth out and scrapped the cloth.
Dark grey, was it?
Yeah, dark grey Recaro leather. Yeah.
Okay.
Cloth. Sorry.
Was it in bad condition? Was it?
It wasn't bad. It was just really badly faded, and it just looked. It didn't suit the white.
Yeah.
And I thought at the time the black leather would look nice with the white.
Yeah.
But now I wish I'd have kept the cloth.
Yeah, that's just a time thing.
Hindsight.
Isn't it? Yeah. Oh, head unit.
Yeah, Becker head unit.
Okay.
I just thought I'd put that in, period, to the year of the car.
Yeah.
All works. I am going to try and get an E34 head unit though, an original BMW one.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. So this manual gearbox, am I right in thinking this would be a 5-speed?
Yeah, 5-speed manual with the Hartge short shift kit as well.
Hartge short shift?
Oh, you never said that before, man. I've never seen a Hartge short shift kit in a car.
Is the gaiter of the handbrake and the gear shift with those sort of horizontal stripes?
I had those made off a leather guy in a BMW festival, Gaydon.
Okay.
He did them. I just thought it'd be a nice little touch just to brighten it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
Okay, and that might have been all right 10 years ago.
yeah, but now
Yeah,
they're gone.
yeah, we need to get it back to, or you need to get it back to original, which is just fantastic.
It does
isn't it?
look, but it is in really good condition. You've still got the Hartge
Yeah, my
original
mats,
floor
yeah.
mats. We'll have a look through some of the paperwork, but I mean, I bet this was bloody expensive to have a conversion done.
Yeah, we'll have a look through the paperwork in a moment. Yeah.
We've been having a really good nosy round it, and Matt's decided he doesn't want us to clean it. He's quite happy the way it is, so we've just been geeking out and enjoying it. But we wanted to reference the model name. So it's the Hartge H5S, 5 being 5 Series, right?
Yep.
Right.
But
This is almost 3-dimensional, which I have not seen in a badge before like this.
it's about that thick, the badge.
Yeah.
Like 0.5 centimetre thick.
That's just damn cool.
But what we should say is, yeah, this is as far as we know, a 3.5 litre still.
Yes.
They did do a 3.7 possibly.
Possibly. Yeah.
But again, the details on Hartge are actually not brilliant out there, because it's just not as well known as Alpina and AC Schnitzer. But we know they also did a V12
Yes.
of these, didn't they?
Yeah, that was Germany only though.
Germany
but
only,
yeah.
another absolute unicorn.
Yeah.
But yeah, in here though, we're going to have a game of toolkit roulette. Because looking at the condition of the rest of it, and that's the original reg you were saying, that's the reg.
It is, yeah.
That's the original reg, brilliant. Has it got all of its tools? What are we going to say? You know the answer, but don't spoil it for everybody.
I'm saying full kit, but this is every BMW enthusiast or whatever has this thing about the kit.
The toolkit. Oh my gosh.
No.
I'm going to tilt it down for the camera. Look, you've got a bloody BMW.
Dude, what is that? What is that?
Yeah, your fuse holder for your spare
Damn.
fuses.
Look at that.
That's natty.
That is beautiful.
There is
man.
everything in here, everything. I got a question for you, Matt. He was muttering about the value of this car when you were backing it out, and he's I'm saying he's there. Walter reckons this could possibly end up being like $100,000 car.
I've asked people. I can't. It's priceless, but
I know you're not looking to sell it. I know that.
a figure of 100,000 has been thrown. That somebody else said that's what they'd put on it.
Really?
Yeah. To me, it's priceless. Like I say, this was going to be my eldest son's first car.
Yeah.
I promised it him, and that's why I've kept it that longer. And plus, the connection with my dad.
Yeah.
If I was to sell it, I don't know.
It's one of those weird things. It's very sentimental. When things get very expensive, it's hard to just kind of sit there and go. I mean, I'm pretty sure you didn't pay 100 grand for it.
No.
But then it was 20 years ago. It was a very different value set for this sort of era.
Oh yeah, this is what 12, 15 grand because it wasn't. No one knew about it. It wasn't on anyone's radar
legendary.
or anything. Exactly.
No.
Now it's.
Well, you were buying
in top 5.
You were buying M3s for how much 20 years ago?
7, 8 grand maybe. So yeah, so this was not on anyone's radar back then. So it is what it is. But now that's in my top 5 of rarest BMWs in the UK.
And you've seen
Yeah,
you've
I
owned
have,
some.
Johnny. I have, and that's why I love that you've brought me up here. But that car done and right, it doesn't need a lot. It's 100 grand.
Wow. Brilliant, isn't it? And it's on the button. It's absolutely on the button.
Yeah.
Which is lovely to hear. We'll hear it again in a second because we need to get it in before it absolutely slashes with rain. This is great. I mean, you've got loads of stuff, especially this, all of the conversion details here. And it's just, I was looking, stacks and stacks and stacks of receipts, work that was done under warranty, all from different BMW dealers, from previous owners. Yeah, loads here. But this is your car when it was for sale. Twice before. So this is September 98. Here it is. Hartge H5 3.5 litre, converted from new in 1989 at a cost of over £7,000. £8,995 down in Bournemouth. And then 4 years later, is this 2002? Yeah, August 02. There it is again, same car, for 3.5 grand. So 9 grand in 98, 3.5 in 2002. I don't know what you paid for it, but you bought it not that long after that.
Yeah, 4 years later, 2006, yeah, cheap.
Wow. And then this is... So this, Birds, being the official Hartge UK specialists. And in here, listen, look, the E34 Transformation Programme Summary. Wow. So the Hartge H5 SP based on the 535i, full spec, 9,000 quid. Hartge H5, 6,900, and all the optional equipment here with the different size wheels, anti-roll bars, LSD, 40% lock-in diff, different diff ratios.
Yeah, it had that done as well.
And this is your vehicle specification
Yeah,
inquiry.
the BMW spec.
Yeah, so it says, build date April 89, and Alpine white, anthracite cloth, because you said it was grey cloth seats. And then all the stuff that this car comes with: increased power supply, electric sliding sunroof, sport suspension, limited slip diff. That's an advert.
Yeah, Birds.
For Birds. For the discerning BMW owner, Hartge styling and performance conversions represent the ultimate statement in individuality. Yeah. The aerodynamic styling is designed to blend sympathetically with the 3, 5 and 7 series. Whether it's a full engine conversion, cylinder head suspension, wheels or tyres, you'll discover that with Hartge you experience a whole new world of motoring excellence. The original. Oh, it's absolutely immaculate. And then if you turn it around, one thing that's caught my eye, we got this here. And then if you fold it down, I want the bag.
Yeah, I'd love the bag.
I want the hold all. But yeah, complete cars. Here we go, H5. It's got it all here, the 5 Series program. So this authenticates that it's a full conversion.
Yes.
Not just a styling exercise.
Nope.
To be honest, the only frustrating thing for me is I don't know what it's like to drive. I'd love to know what it's like to drive.
I'll get it out next year and I'll let you have a drive.
Will you?
But you will be the first person to ever, for me to let you drive.
I'd love you to get it back out on the road. I would.
I'm going to start enjoying it.
Yeah, because I know you've been kind of tucking it away to stop it from getting any worse.
Yep.
And I know you're quite protective over it.
Yep.
Because it's a very sentimental car. And you know that if you turn up at an event in it, there will not be another one, pretty much, guaranteed.
Yep.
But it'd be great for other people to see it at some point. And this is is this your actual car?
Yeah, that's my actual car, yeah. That was...
So in total BMW mag, clearly it would be very rare indeed to find 2 H5s the same, not least because according to Kevin Bird of Hartge official importer Birds, the number of H5s conversions reached only a couple of dozen at the most. He also guessed that only 4 or 5 complete conversions, including the whole Hartge package, were ever made. Yeah, well, obviously there'll be quite a few out there with just the wheel and suspension package or the aerodynamic kit, but the only ones with the engine conversion are the real deal. So finding an H5S as complete as this would prove to be a very hard task indeed. There you go. I know this wasn't a barn find in the traditional sense, but every day's a school day, and when I heard about Matt's car, I had to come and see it. I know it's been sat for way too long gathering dust, but what a beautiful car. What a perfect slice of really rare unicorn 80s German tuner material. It's a fantastic thing, and I hope you've enjoyed it too, and meeting my friend Walter, who's a character. So thank you for letting me come and see it. I know this car means an awful lot to you.
Yeah.
And I know that's why you've tried to stash it away and kind of preserve it. And it is on the button. You said it would be.
Yep.
I didn't entirely believe you, but I was wrong. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Late Break Show. If you've got a car that you think of as an interest for me to come and see, it could be stashed in the back of a garage, on a driveway, in a hedge, in an actual barn. Who knows? Let me know. Email us in the description below. Tell us where you're based. Give us some images. Give us a backstory. I'd much appreciate it. Thank you.